Alex Kane, never leaving cause he always put in work. Clocking in every day and catch a check up on the first. On the mat with the wrestling, I'm the suplex assassin. Go to sleep on the mattress, I'm the suplex assassin. Yeah, that work.
What's up, YouTube? Today I have a very special guest. He's the MLW National Openweight Champion. He climbed the ladder to reach his dream, and he's absolutely been killing the game because he's a suplex assassin. This is Alex Kane. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? That was a great introduction. I'll give you that. Might have you announce me to the ring one of these days.
Shoot, I'm with it. I'm with it. But I gotta ask, how's it being the MLW National Openweight Champion? I see the background looking fresh.
Man, it's. I was like laying down thinking today with my girlfriend, and I was like, it's crazy. As a kid, like I would tell anybody and everybody that would listen, I'm gonna be a professional wrestler. And some people would wave me off, and then some people would be like, oh yeah, well, we'll see, or whatever. And then to have done that and like have reached this, I guess, like point in my career so quickly is crazy to me. And I just imagine like what little Alex would be saying right now. He'd probably be saying you're really cool, but would he be like losing his shit? I'm losing my shit.
Yeah, totally. I was actually in the arena when you won the championship. It was crazy to see. Like, what did it feel like to actually climb that ladder and actually grab that title?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, yo, I really hope this bitch don't tip. I really hope this bitch don't tip. That'd be terrible. That'd be a terrible moment. It was surreal. Like I was saying before, it was definitely surreal. Like coming up there, grabbing it, and then like taking that second to be like, you really fucking did this shit. You really fucking did this shit. And then just to hear the boos, like they were booing me when I came in, but still, just to hear the boos, I think there was like one or two cheers, but those were people that I knew. But like just to hear the amount that they hated that I am now the National Openweight Champion, it warmed my heart. It really did.
Well, I have to say I might have been one of those people also booing. I was happy to see you win, but I was like, he's a bad guy. I'm gonna boo the crap out of him. So yeah. But after you won the championship, you got some challenges coming your way. I mean, like Calvin Tankman, I know you've had some beef with him. Who do you want to defend that championship against?
I'm gonna take on anybody and everybody because they're gonna get in the ring with me. They're gonna think they have a chance, and I'm gonna finish them quickly and efficiently, and on to the next. But as far as like anybody I want to defend it against, Davey Richards would be a nice okay. That would be a nice challenge. I'm still gonna finish him quickly and efficiently. That'd be a nice challenge. There's gonna come a day where Calvin's gonna get in the ring and he gonna think that is sweet. He probably thinks it's sweet now because he can't get his hands on me. But Calvin definitely at some point I definitely want to give him that chance. I'm gonna beat him, but I definitely want to give him that chance.
Ooh, those are some fighting words. I'm gonna send this to Calvin. I'm gonna see what happens.
Good, send it to Calvin.
All right, I will. But it seems like you got yourself a little heavy back there. You got King Mo. You got someone in your corner. What's that relationship like with King Mo? I mean, he's an MMA icon, and now he's also in professional wrestling.
King Mo is like the uncle that I never had. It's probably the uncle that everybody wishes they had because of like they ever have a problem like, yo, Mo, this dude's messing with me. Mo comes in, knocks him out, and it's a done deal. But he's definitely a mentor for me. He's always showing me new things. He's always showing me a new way to get into something or a better way to do something. So it's definitely he's definitely a valuable part of my fight team.
Definitely. Did he pull up for Thanksgiving? I mean, he says like the uncle never has like.
No, he's in the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
So he sent his best though.
All right, via Zoom maybe he's eating turkey. It's possible. But I also want to talk about your wrestling style. Like you have a very like amateur wrestling, but also pro wrestling style, mixed with a little MMA in there. What is your wrestling style if you had to describe it to somebody?
Man, I never. Let me see. The way that I've had it explained to me, because like I don't really know what to call it too much. I mean, I'm an amateur wrestler, collegiate wrestler, or whatever. But somebody put it in the best terms: power technician. Power technician. And as soon as I said it, I was like, "Yo, that's dope." You've never heard that before, but yeah, I'm a power technician.
Being a power technician, how did you eventually get signed to MLW? They pulled you in the draft, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Haven't seen this guy before. Let me look him up." Saw you doing all the suplexes, and I'm like, "Oh." I see why they brought him in. Fair enough. So what's your story of getting signed to Major League Wrestling?
Bro, like I guess before I got signed, like I didn't check my email a lot because a lot of people just messaged me on Facebook or hit me up on Twitter. But I was checking my email one day and I was like, it said MLW, and I was like, is somebody ribbing me? Is somebody playing games with me? Don't be playing games with me. And I opened the email and they had asked, you know, have you been looking into wrestling for MLW? And I was like, yes. Because in all the interviews I did before that, I always said like MLW was the place I wanted to go. Because I feel like, I mean, I guess from what you can see, like we mesh. Me and MLW, we mesh like heavy. So like I messaged back and I was like, yeah, definitely. Like where do we start? They sent over the contract that week. I looked over it, made sure I got negotiated all the things that I needed to negotiate, and I signed that weekend. And then I had to sit on it until the open draft. That was tough.
Yeah, yeah. Must have been like, how was it like keeping that secret? Did you tell anybody or?
Oh my God. It like I was able to tell people like that I trusted. Like I told Fox, like definitely. Yeah. Because I mean, Fox is like my wrestling dad. Like he raised me in this game. So definitely want to tell him, told my family and stuff like that. But like I had to tell them like, don't say anything about this on social media. Say nothing. Keep it to yourself. But when we did like a pre-draft interview, no, not pre-draft, post-draft interview with Alicia too. And like when I put it up on my TV screen, and when they announced me or whatever, like I knew it was coming, but I still reacted like I had no idea. Like I was like, let's go, yeah.
You mentioned Eric Fox in there as well. I mean, like such an underrated wrestler. It's like the wrestling world needs to give that guy way more respect. You were trained by the guy, so like, what's like your relationship? I know you said wrestling dad, but like as far as like getting into wrestling, like teaching or learning under AR Fox, like what's your? That's what I'm trying to say. Is like how great is AR Fox? Is what I'm really trying to say.
Man, he's amazing. He's a human highlight reel unto himself, and he definitely deserves to be on national television every week. Yeah. Training with him, he was always like super chill, super relaxed, very attentive. He would meet you where you were at. He would always he asked me like what my background was and all that stuff or whatever, and then he would like research like other people or whatever to like send to me for me to research and look up and watch and learn from and like try to like take things or whatever or get inspired by that. One of the best things that he told me like when I was first coming up was in order to be good at this, you have to be obsessed with it. And like before I started training to become a wrestler, like I was watching like football and all those other sports or whatever. But as soon as he told me I need to be obsessed with this, it was wrestling from then on. So I was always watching WWE. I don't think AEW was around at the time, but New Japan, like anything I could get my hands on, old stuff, new stuff. And that's actually kind of stuck with me. Like I don't watch football or anything like that. It's always, if I'm watching something, it's wrestling.
Definitely. So like you said, like you were obsessed with it, right? So were you watching wrestling as a kid growing up, or did you just like get into it once you started like training, I guess?
So like as a kid, I didn't know that the independents existed, so I wasn't really watching independent wrestling. But I watched like Ruthless Aggression, WWE. I'd catch TNA every now and again, Deep South Wrestling, some like AAA stuff. What else? I think that's about it. But like I wasn't so much as a kid, I wasn't so much into the wrestling at first. I was more into like the video games and the pyrotechnics and the sets that they used to have for the different pay-per-views. Because I feel like that was like the best time to watch wrestling, like Ruthless Aggression. Because I feel like every pay-per-view like was telling a different story, and within that different story, you had a different set. You had different stories like intertwining on the show and stuff like that. So that's what I was into. And then like I think I was in like freshman year of high school, like I started like really actually like watching the wrestling and like actually getting into that and like finding those characters that I could what's the word I'm looking for?
Like relate to?
Yeah, relate to the characters that I can relate to. So that's when I started like really like watching attentively.
Definitely. So like someone that's been on TV recently that you have a pretty good connection with is Dan Lambert of American Top Team. So like, what's the relationship with yourself and America's Top Team?
So actually, I am leaving American Top Team.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I've gotten to where I have gotten doing it myself. I mean, yes, I have Mo and I have Mr. Thomas, but I've been able to carve this path for myself. And Dan hasn't really been around to, mentor me in any way possible because he's been off doing other things. So I'm actually going to leave American Top Team, and I am in the works of creating my own fight team.
Any details on that we can know about?
Not yet. If you watch the Thanksgiving episode, you heard a little bit. If you can go back and watch that, you'll know what I'm talking about.
That's kind of like talking about earlier, like which opponents you want to face right now. You and Calvin Tankman, I mean, you guys seem to really be going at it every single week. Where's the beef start for you guys? Like, where's all the come from?
Calvin pissed me off. He pissed off me and Mo. So I believe it was his first uppercut match. We had came out and we was like applauding him. We was telling him, yo, you're a beast. But you could use a fight team behind you or whatever to kind of mold you into even more of a beast. And he thought that, he was bigger than that. He thought he was bigger than that. And nobody's bigger than my fight team. So with that, we caught him in the back. He was doing some like interview or something, and me and Mo strolled in, and we were basically like, so I heard you didn't need us. Since you don't need us, that means you're against us. Or you're against us, then we got to put the paws on you. So we sliced up on his forehead. We thought that was gonna keep him down, but he wound up coming back for his match against TJP. But we all know how that went. So he definitely should have joined up with me and Mo.
Oof, wow, those are some fighting words. You guys are going to have such a great time. But I want to get into the fact that you got a lot of great wins and losses in MLW, right? But you've also had a lot of big wins and losses in your independent wrestling career. So, like, what was that?
Hold on. I'm undefeated in MLW. There have been no losses. I'm undefeated.
All right, let me rephrase that then. You've had big wins and losses out in your wrestling career, I should say.
Okay,
not
all
just
right.
MLW. My fault. Now, what would you consider being your biggest win so far outside of just winning, obviously, the MLW National Openweight Championship?
I would like to say that my biggest win would have to be my win over O'Shea Edwards at Action Wrestling. That was like the first time where I've wrestled at that high level, that level that O'Shea is on, that he is constantly on. That I feel like I tell him all the time, thank you for making me, because that match kind of made me realize like how good I am and how good I'm going to be. Still staying humble, because I mean these things can be taken away from you at any time. But that was definitely a confidence booster. And then on top of that, he blessed me with the beads, which is technically the torch. He passed the torch to me as being the next big guy up. So that's definitely my biggest match, other than winning. Well, that back there.
Yeah, of course. But one of my last question is, what was actually like your biggest loss so far in wrestling? Doesn't have to be just in the ring, but just your career in general. And what did you learn from it?
What is my biggest loss?
Or you just don't take L's?
Man, what is my biggest loss? I don't know what my biggest loss is. I haven't had many, so I mean.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
But when it happens, I'll definitely learn something from it.
Yeah, whenever that happens. But my last question is, it's gonna be maybe deep, maybe not. Kind of depends on how you want to answer it. Who is Alex Kane?
Alex Kane is how MLW describes Alex Kane. I'm the Mohawk master of the suplex, and getting this work isn't just a mantra. Mantra isn't just a catchphrase. It's what I do. I'm always getting this work. So no matter if it's doing interviews, if it's in the ring, if it's studying, like this work is always being gotten to. And I hope that, you know, the people that are coming up behind me and the people that are around me see this and they can take from this and know that if you put in the work, especially here in this pro wrestling world, it'll definitely pay off.
Awesome. Awesome. Where can they find you on social media? Where can they see you next in action if it's not just MLW? Bro,
I'm going to Mexico next week with MLW. Co-show with The Crash. And I can't tell you what matches I have, but the matches are going to be fire. I can already feel it. You can find me on Twitter at Alex_Kane11, Instagram at the Suplex Assassin, TikTok at the Suplex Assassin 1. I promise you I'm funny. Go follow me. If you're trying to do business, Alex Kane bookings at gmail.com or Facebook, you know, Facebook Messenger. We can do that. Go buy my merchandise. Pro Wrestling Tees. I just opened up a Brainbuster Tees store. I'm getting more designs put on there. MLW just released my first official shirt. Alex Kane's game face, because, you know, your boy's always ready. So yeah, go buy my merchandise. Go make me some money, dog.
I love that. But yeah, guys, make sure to like, comment, share, and always squeeb. Make sure to buy Alex Kane's merchandise. I mean, like,
squeeb.
Yeah, so squeeb, of course.
We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeb. If you like the channel, this will squeeb. If you like the channel, this will squeeb.